Hello, my fellow nerds, and welcome back to another episode of Road to Raw, the series where I attempt to get every single weapon in Splatoon 2 to the Raw rank. I'm your host, Noah. I'm a bit in a rush because it's freaking 8:30. This is the latest I've ever recorded, and I have school tomorrow. So without further ado, because I don't want any more ado to be furthered, let's see what our weapon is. Our numbers are 9 and 2, so 12, 11, 10, 9. Number 2, the Octobrush Nouveau. I haven't done a brush yet, so I'll do a little bit of exposition on that. I think this one will be pretty fun. So, with our weapon chosen, let's jump right into the games. Okay, Octobrushes. What do you need to know about the Octobrush Nouveau? Well, it is part of the ink brush category, which is, I think it's better if I just show it. Wow, such engaging gameplay. You could classify, oh, excuse me, holy frick. You could classify brushes as a roller, because you do have the option to roll-ish, but it doesn't have the vertical slash, so that's extremely debatable. I wouldn't count it as one. I'd put it in its own class because there are ink brushes, and Octobrushes are just a heavier, slower version of the ink brush. Octobrushes do more damage than ink brushes, have a bit of a longer range. They're basically better in every way except that they're slower. They're pretty good for ink. Octobrushes in particular are pretty good for splatting. You know what? Just because you're standing over there, I'm going to punish you. And you know what? I should show off some of its capabilities real quick. Well, you know what? If I don't die, I will show them off. Whoop. There we go. I lived. I'm gonna get someone. Oh, you. There we go. Okay. So, as you can see, it's a little slow on the startup, but it's still pretty powerful. This person will not be able to deal with me if they miss. They miss. But I can't seem to hit them. Okay, hello. You know what? I'm sorry I ever messed with you. No! Okay, the bait and switch worked extremely well, and I was not expecting it. I know my mic is going crazy right now. It's like, holy frick, I can't handle this. You're too loud. I'm sorry. I'm gonna put that there. Squid Beacons. I haven't talked about Squid Beacons. The sub is the Squid Beacon, which you can super jump to if it's down, which is really nice. You're stuck in the corner. I'm dead. So, as you can see, that Squid Beacon is still right there from when I left it. Instead of having to only jump to a person, I can also jump to the Squid Beacon. Is it a good idea? No. Am I going to do it? Absolutely. Let's go. And look, it set me up in a perfect spot to get that person. Yay! See, and teammates are happy. When teammates are happy, you know everyone's happy. Except for probably the enemy team for me getting a double kill on them. Okay, the issue with the Octobrush. Every weapon has its counter. What's its counter? The level of surprise, I guess? You kind of have to be sneaky. Sneaky squid. Oh my gosh. I can bring it back, guys. You kind of have to be sneaky in the way you approach things because you can't just run straight at your problems and fix them. It doesn't work. Exhibit A. If I ran straight at him, I'd probably be dead. But if I take the side approach, I still die because I was very poor in being sneaky, and I didn't realize that he went back. Are we going to win this first game? I don't know. We are at a 1.5 currently. I'm talking extremely fast. I hope you can understand me. You know what? That's fine. I think we lost, which will put us down to a 1.0, which is not bad, but seeing as I kind of need to get this edited... Oh, what? That genuinely caught me off guard. Okay, sweet. 2.5, halfway there. Nice. Look at the splats. I did great. Okay, good first game. Hopefully I introduced the weapon well enough. I can delve into some more interesting topics of conversation in the next games. Okay, I'm going to do this early in the video because I definitely want to give them a shout out. Going on right now is Awesome Games Done Quick, which is commonly abbreviated to AGDQ. It happens every year during this time of year. There's also a Summer Games Done Quick that happens in the summer. They're both the same thing. What they do is they speedrun video games, and all the money that's donated to them gets donated to charity, which is awesome. They usually do Doctors Without Borders. This year is a different one, and I can't remember what it was, so I apologize. But if you're watching this video and it's when I upload it, I think it goes on until maybe Tuesday, maybe Thursday, one of the T's. But I beg of you, you should go check it out because there's some really awesome stuff. I watched a Spider-Man run yesterday. It was really cool. I was watching 4 people play Mario Galaxy today. Really cool stuff. So totally check that out because it's awesome. Speedrunning's great. I've been tempted with the idea of speedrunning Splatoon as, like, you know, because it's not a crazy super hard speedrun. In fact, I've actually watched people at AGDQ speedrun the game, which is cool. It's kind of easy to learn. I'd probably just do it and donk around and, like, try to make the leaderboard or something. But I wouldn't take it seriously. I'd rather play games instead of try to speedrun them. But will I watch people speedrun games? Oh, yeah, I will. Because that's so cool. Speedrunning is awesome. You know what? I'm going to talk about speedrunning because I think speedrunning's sick. So what is speedrunning? Let me give you a quick introduction. Speedrunning is when you attempt to finish a game as quick as possible, which makes sense. Just given the name. And the most common game you'll ever hear about speedrunning is probably going to be Super Mario 64 for the Nintendo 64. And there's a lot of tricks. The speedrunning community is extremely in-depth, and they delve in on their topics a lot. Really cool stuff. So that's where the term BLJ comes from, which stands for backwards long jump. So if you ever hear that, that's where that comes from. It's crazy. And so people find all these crazy clips and tricks and glitches to try to figure out how they can beat their favorite game in the shortest time possible. And man, is it awesome. There are so many different categories for some things like Super Mario Galaxy, or Super Mario 64, excuse me. I'm dead. There's like 64, or there is 72 star, which is like the minimum stars to beat the game. And correct me if I'm wrong, I might have that number wrong. So that was the original run because, you know, people didn't know the glitches and tricks and stuff to beat the game faster. And then it went down to a certain amount of stars because people figured out how to get through a door easier. And then it went down, it is now at 0 stars. You can beat the game without getting a single star, which is crazy. Yep, they know I'm here. And, I mean, it's just stuff like that that makes me geek out because these people are spending all their time, like, dissecting how certain hitboxes work. Or they're like, you know, I thought I'd upload this because I thought it looked weird. Maybe you can work it into something, and then it ends up being, like, the biggest finding in a speedrunning community ever. That's awesome. That's so cool. And I have a channel that I want to talk about, but I don't want to say it just yet because I'm totally going to get cut off by the screen, so I'll see y'all in the next game. We are currently at a 3.5. Okay, I'd like to take this segment of the video to talk about the YouTuber that I was going to mention earlier. His name is Summoning Salt, and if you've heard of him, you know exactly where I'm going with this, but Summoning Salt is a YouTuber who focuses on the history of speedrunning. Can you tell I'd like it? Because I really like this kind of stuff. It's really... Okay, let's also talk about document-style commentaries. Oh man, I am a sucker for them. If you slow your stuff down and you, like, any documentary style, anything, you can get me interested in anything if it's presented in a documentary. Like, I learned about the world's deadliest viruses, computer viruses, from a documentary. That's awesome. Or I learned about some random animal from a documentary. Or I learned about, there was a Netflix one that was about some influencer, like, concert that never happened because it was, like, extremely poor planning and stuff like that. Like, the most random stuff. If you put it in a documentary, I'm gonna watch it. So, was I going to watch stuff about speedrunning anyway? Probably. But Summoning Salt puts it in a documentary-style video, and I adore it. It's really well edited, really well done. So if you are interested in the speedrun stuff that I'm spewing about, and you're like, I wish I could get, like, introduced to it, then that is the perfect way to do it. I'm gonna make sure that they don't hit me. Yep, they won't hit me. And you, my good sir. See, talking about the game is boring when I can talk about cool stuff I'm totally into. You know another cool thing I'm totally into? Marvel stuff. But I'm gonna leave that for another video because that's gonna take a really long video for me to get out all my feelings about. In fact, that probably won't even be enough. a 40-minute video won't be enough to let me talk about Marvel enough. Oh, this dude is getting absolutely bonked by me, and I feel bad. I'm sneaking around here. So, Noah, tell me an example of a summoning salt video. One of them... Oh, one of the more recent ones, actually. Ooh, I'm sorry. I'm getting distracted. There was one about Mario Kart shortcuts, and how people try to get the shortest time on Mario Kart Wii, and they have to find shortcuts and stuff in order to do so. Okay, that's pretty simple, like, in concept, right? But these clips are really crazy. Like, there's people who get on Rainbow Road and have, like, the craziest clip of all time, and it's frame perfect, meaning, like, you have to hit buttons certain times at certain seconds exactly correctly in order for a trick to work, and people are like, no, it's not possible, only computers can do this, and then a human does it, and everyone's like, was that supposed to happen? No, it's not supposed to happen, but humans are so cool that we can do it. It's crazy. Totally go check them out. I think I've spent enough time calling out other YouTubers that I like. I should continue to do that. But, because I enjoy it. I could talk about YouTubers I like all day. I just get nervous that if I mention one that, like, gets canceled or something, I'm gonna be in the crossfire. But we won't talk about that. We are at a 4.5, so I will spend next game reminiscing. So what do I think about the Octobrush Nouveau? You know, I've been talking a lot this episode. Just been kind of in a mad rush to finish because it's late and I don't want to spend all night editing, you know. But, you know, in all honesty, I've kind of been having a lot of fun in the background. If you've been listening to me talk, you probably haven't really noticed. But for the people who've only been focusing on me playing, I've been doing pretty well. Its splatting capabilities are pretty good. Or I should say very good. You just have to know your battles and know when to back off and when to approach, that kind of stuff. While I think that the Squid Beacon is very hard to use in just normal lobbies when you're not, like, coordinating with anyone, it can be helpful. And then, Tenta Missiles, I always love a good passive super. All I have to do is sit back and relax while it does the rest of the work for me, and I'm going to run away. Oh, okay. I'm out of ink. I'm doing this to get more ink. There we go. Okay, I'm sorry. But, I mean, look at it. It's really powerful. You can chase people down. It's got a lot of... I could have sworn it... Oh, I did see someone there. Oh, that's a Hydra Splatling. Dang it, I didn't know what I was going up against. Okay, I'm sorry. Anyways, I do think it's powerful. I do think it has its advantages and disadvantages, but every weapon does, you know? Like, not every weapon's gonna be perfect. I may have made the mini Splatling look like a fantastic weapon, but I used it today and kept losing. So, you know, sometimes that's just the way things work. Let me see if I can... There we go. I thought there was someone up here. I'll at least get that down. Maybe get a beacon down to help our team if they want to super jump. But for now, I'm just going to get ink down and get our base a little more organized so we can push better. Oh, that is a fight I can't win. Oh gosh, this is horrible. I was like, okay, I'll go get the Hydra Splatling, it'll be great. And then I got stuck, and it was a mess. But look at this Squid Beacon. It stayed right here. I can go straight to it. Perfect. And no one even caught it. Oh, good snipe. Okay. I'm going to start applying pressure to their back line, which will force them back, which will allow us to get our base. I just bonked the microphone. I'm sorry if that showed up on the mic. There we go. You got to abuse the... Ooh, Hydra Splatling's extremely long charge up time. I'm going to go up here and go back down. There we go. I'm sorry, I've been quiet. I've been focusing so much. I'm just gonna try to get paint down. Oh, that looks pretty good to me. I don't know how it's looking on everyone else's side. I've been playing like a madman this entire time, but I think we lose that one, which will set us back to a 4.0. And we were close too. Not too bad. It's okay. We can still come back and win another one. 11-11 though. That looks cool. Look at me go. I did better than the other team. Nice. If you notice, I've been jumping a lot with the Octobrush, and you might be wondering if there is a reason to that, or if I just want to look stupid. There is actually a reason. Jumping allows you to get paint down easier, and unlike other weapons, there isn't a penalty for jumping and shooting, because the ink brush just slashes paint. So you're a little more unpredictable. Oh, you're a little more unpredictable, and you can get ink down easier. So overall, it's a pretty good idea to jump while you're using ink brushes. Now, jumping while using every weapon, no, that's a very bad idea. There's some weapons where you're definitely going to be punished for jumping while shooting. But for ink brushes and octobrushes, they're usually pretty good. And in fact, some weapons, like rollers, encourage you to jump before you use them. Just depending on what you want to do with it. I'm going to get a little more ink down so I can do this. There we go, all 3 of them. Might be able to sneaky squid this guy. Do we count that? I mean, he didn't know I was there, so... I'll allow it. Gotta bring back some of the jokes from earlier, you know, that makes the watching experience more intimate, if you know what I'm talking about. Like Sneaky Squid. Well, I can't even remember what episode that was from. Eesh. Oh. Okay, this person... Ow. Please stop. Okay. Oh, there we go. There we go. And he didn't get to use the super, which is even better. I'm just trying to win, because we're at a 4.0, and if I don't win this one, I have to win at least 2 more games, which is detrimental, to say the least. They're in the danger zone, but that doesn't mean a thing. That does not mean a thing. Let's see here. Still getting ink down. Oh, ow. That hurt. There we go. Got him. It hurt me quite a bit, but... Oh, man, we traded. That's unfortunate. And my team is very focused on that person, when we should be focused on mid more. They're coming into our base on the right side, so I'm going to try to stop that before it gets any further. Do they want to keep going? I guess not. They must have gone mid. Oh, that was not worth it at all. I probably am going to be a big portion of why we lost that. I'm going to go for this area right here and try to clean it up before we end the match. Maybe that'll help us. I think they're ahead, but we can still come back, potentially. Oh, let me get this area real quick. I don't know. It's going to be extremely close. The things kept going back and forth. We might have won that. I don't know. Oh, good deal. Woo, that's a weight off my shoulders, because I got to get this hurried up and edited. But, hey, pretty good video for the Octobrush Nouveau. I talked about some really cool topics. I also spoke really fast, so I apologize if I was a little too quick. I was excited, you know, I had to keep going, but I say we just take it on out to the outro. And that's going to do it for today's video. A lot of cool commentary, some pretty good gameplay in the background. I say it was a pretty successful video. Not even too long. Perfect in almost every way, other than the fact that I died a lot. Thank you guys for watching, and I can't wait to see y'all in the next episode.